Thank you for joining me in today's Abacus class. We got 20 minutes of core. Unlike how we usually do it, we are going to do it as many reps as possible today, meaning that we have 4 different exercises. We will be doing each one for 35 seconds, and we're going to do all of the exercises back to back with no rest. We will get our rest at the end of our round, so that'll be 20 seconds of resting in between each of those rounds, and we are going to do 4 rounds. So I'm going to go ahead and demo what our 4 exercises will be. We're going to start with, let me first mute everyone. We're going to go ahead and start in a reverse tabletop position. So your hands will be right underneath your shoulders, and you're going to lift your bottom up so that you're just on your hands and your feet. You're going to balance on your right leg and your left arm to start with, and then your right hand will be by your head, left leg extended, and you're just going to bring in that knee to elbow for those 35 seconds. It is a little bit of that balance on those two, so make sure you move nice and slow to begin with until you have your balance, and then you can pick up the pace as you progress, and then we'll just switch and then do it onto the next side for that second set. Then we're going to keep those legs bent, bring it onto our backs. We're going to keep our arms over our chest. We're going to come up for a bridge, bring it on down, and then we're going to sit all the way up for a sit up. Come on down, raise the hips for that bridge, lower it down, and then again, keeping that chin off your chest, bringing that back completely off the floor for that sit up. Then we will turn it onto our side as we come into a side plank. So we're going to keep our legs extended, hand again underneath your shoulder, other hand will be on your hip. You're going to bring it up into a nice straight line, and then that top leg, we're just going to bring it up and down into that little leg raise. If it's a little bit too challenging, you can always modify it by bending that bottom leg, keeping that foot behind the knee, coming on up into that half side plank, and then you will still kick that top leg up and down. Then we will switch to the side plank on the other, and then we will bring it onto our bottoms as we come into a V in, extend it out, and then bring it up. So you're coming in for that V in, and then up for that V up. If you want that challenge, instead of keeping the hands behind your back to support you, you can just keep your hands hovering off the ground, coming in, and then coming up. It will be a little bit more challenge for balance and for your core. And then finally, we will end it in a bear position. Hands and knees, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Raise the feet or the knees just a couple inches off the ground, and then keeping our legs bent, we're coming up into some donkey kicks. So your knees should never touch the ground, and your legs should always stay bent. Those are our 4 exercises or 5 exercises, but we're going to go ahead and start with our cross body hip thrust. So we're going to balance on our right leg and our left arm to begin with. That right hand will be by your head, left arm extended, and then you're going to come in for that cross body crunch. As I was saying at the beginning, we don't have any rest until the end, so we're going to go back to back with each exercise. It's only 35 seconds of work, so go ahead, bring it into position. We are balancing again, left arm, right foot. That left leg is extended, right hand is by your head, and we're just going to pick our bottoms off the ground and then come into that crunch. We are starting in 3, 2, 1, bottoms up, and then just bring in that right elbow and left knee. Again, make sure you have that balance first. Keep it nice and slow at first if you need to. And then once you get the hang of it, you can pick the pace up. We got 10 seconds, and then we're going to switch sides. 3, 2, 1. We are switching. So standing on that left and then that right arm, left hand by the head. Let's go ahead, bring the bottom up and bring that left elbow, right knee together. We have 15 seconds. 5 seconds, and then we have our bridge to our sit-up in 2, 1. Bring both of the feet down, keep those legs bent, arms over our head. We're gonna raise the hips up, and then bring our back off the floor. Raise them up, keep the chin off your chest as you come up into that sit-up. And just because we don't have any rest in between those exercises does not mean that you can't stop if you need to. We got 3, 2, 1. Let's turn it onto our side. Right hand under that right shoulder, legs extended. Come on up. Kick that left leg up. Make sure you keep the hips up. If you need to, you can modify it by bending that right leg. Come up on the knee and then kick that left leg up. We have 15 seconds before we switch sides. With 3, 2, 1, bring it down. Let's switch. Left hand under that left shoulder, hips up, and then kick that right leg up. Nice small kicks, doesn't have to be super high. Or if you're in that modified, that bottom leg, that left leg will be bent. You're on that left knee, and then you're still kicking that right leg up. Just getting that little bit extra of a glute workout in today with our core. We got 10 seconds. And then we're gonna come onto our bottoms for our V up to our V in. 1, turn it onto our bottoms. Keep those hands behind your back if you need to. Bring the knees in, extend it out, bring it up. Go ahead, meet me whenever you're ready. And if you want that little bit extra of a challenge, you're gonna take the hands off the floor and then still come in and then come up. We got 10 seconds before we come into our bear position. 3, 2, 1. Bring it into that bear, hands under those shoulders, knees under the hips. Raise the knees up, and then we're gonna alternate kicking our foot up. If this position hurts your wrist, you can always make a fist with your hand and then place those on the ground instead. It will keep your wrist nice and neutral. We just have 10 seconds, and then we'll be done with this first round. We'll get a 20 seconds to catch our breath and rest. 2, 1, go ahead and rest. 20 seconds, and then we are starting back with our crossbody hip thrust, balancing on our right foot, left arm, right hand by our head, left leg extended, bottoms up in 3, 2, 1, bring it up. Right elbow, left knee. Keep that left arm nice and straight. Keep it going. We got just over 15 seconds. Two, 1. Let's switch sides. Standing on that left leg, right arm, extend that right leg, and then bring it in with that left elbow. Find your balance, work nice and slow. Ten seconds to go. With 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come into our bridge position, hands over our chest, bringing our hips up. So then back off the floor into our sit-up. Fifteen seconds remaining. Keep those hands over your chest and then over your head as you come into that sit-up. We have 3, 2, 1. Turn it to your right. Coming into our side plank. Hips are coming up. And then we are raising that left leg into the air. Make sure that right hand stays right underneath your shoulder. And if you're modifying it, just bend that right leg. Come up on the knee. And then nice small kicks with that left leg. We have 3, 2, 1. Let's bring it down. Switch sides. Left hand underneath. Raise the hips up. Kick the right leg just slightly into the air. Fifteen seconds to go, and then we'll turn onto our bottoms. 3, 2, 1. Bring it onto our bottoms, hands behind our backs. Bring the knees in, extend it out, raise the feet up. Knees in, out, feet up. We just have 15 more seconds, and then 1 more set. 2, 1. Let's turn it onto our hands and knees, coming up into our bear position. Knees just a couple inches off the ground, and then alternate kicking those feet up. Keep the legs bent. Try to keep the knees as close to the ground as you can. Keep your shoulders directly above your hands. Just over 10 seconds. And then we get that break as we come to an end for round 2. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. Whew. Shake out your shoulders if you need to. Maybe you get a couple of wrist circles in, and then come into position. Right leg, left hand. We're gonna bring our bites up in 3, 2, 1. Come on up. Right elbow, left knee. Nice and slow. You're halfway through our workout. Just have these last 2 rounds. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. We are switching. Left foot, right hand. Come on up, and then bring The left elbow and right knee together. We got 10 seconds. And then we're coming into our bridge in 2, 1. Both feet down, hands over our chest. Raise the hips up, back, off the ground. Make sure to squeeze those glutes at the top of that bridge. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn it to the right, side planks. Hips are up. Kick that left leg up. And of course, if you need to, you can modify it on into that knee and then still kicking our left leg up. "15 seconds before we switch it over to the left side. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and switch. Left hand under our shoulder. Pick it on up. Kick that right leg up. Or if you're modified, onto the knee. "15 more seconds. And then we're coming into our V ups and V ins with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn it onto your bottoms, hands behind your back. If you need that support, tuck in the knees, extend it out, raise the feet up. Keep that back nice and straight. Got 10 seconds. And then we're coming to our bear position in 3, 2, 1. Turn it over. Bear position, knees up. Alternate kicking our foot into the air. Keep those legs bent. Try to keep the butt down by keeping your knees as close to the floor as you can. We get one final break after this set, and then we have one more round. 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. Grab a quick sip, and then we have our final round. Right foot, left hand. That's what we're balancing with. Extend that left leg out. Right hand by your head. 3, 2, 1. Pick it up. Bring right elbow, left knee together. Ten more seconds. 2, 1. Let's switch. Left foot, right arm, right leg extended, butts up, and then bring in that right knee. to that left elbow. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Both legs are flat, legs bent. Come up to that bridge. Lower it down. Backs off the ground. Fifteen seconds. And then we're going to roll it over onto our right side for those planks. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn it to the right, hips up, and then raise that left leg. We just have 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Switch sides. Left hand underneath. Bring the hips up. Kick that right leg into the air. We just have a little bit over 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Turn it onto your bottoms. Knees coming in. Extend it out. Feet coming up. Bring it down. We're almost there. We just have one more set after this. One final exercise. Whew. And then our 4 rounds will be done. We just have 7 seconds left in this set. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's turn it over one last time into our bear. Bring the knees up. Alternate kicking those feet up. Remember, keep those knees nice and low. Just over 10 seconds. Our final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. Whew. And grab that quick sip of water before we get into a nice quick cool down. We are going to start in a child's pose position. Palms down, chin to chest, sitting on our heels. Just taking in a nice deep breath. Go ahead, inhale one more time. And then we are going to exhale, bringing our bottoms off of our heels and coming into a cobra, extending those legs, hands under your shoulders. Take a nice big inhale up. Look up to the sky, stretching out our core. And then we will go ahead, exhale it back into child's pose position. Taking a nice big inhale. And then let's go ahead, exhale it, and walk our hands over to the left. And then we will go ahead, walk them over to the right. Go ahead, bring it back, center, keeping our palms on the ground. Going to slide them forward as we lift our hips up. And then once your hips are as high as they can be, you can drop your forehead on the floor. Just sink your chest into the floor, stretching out your upper chest and your shoulders. And then we're gonna go ahead and drop our elbows down now. Bring our hands to touch the back of our shoulders. And then again, just sink those arms down, stretching out your triceps. We have 3, 2, 1. Bring the hands back down on the floor. We're gonna slide our hands back into quadruped position, hands and knees. Go ahead, step that right foot forward, coming into our low lunge. Align your right knee and your right ankle, and then sink your hips down. Keeping that left hand down, we're gonna go ahead, pick that right hand up, twist it to the right, look up at your hand, and then go ahead, exhale it back down. We're going to push the hips back, extending that right leg, lift up the toes, and then fold it forward, stretching out our hamstrings. If you need to, feel free to slightly bend that right leg to take some pressure off of your knee. And then we'll go ahead, push the hips back forward. Let's step that right leg back. We're switching sides now, left leg forward. Align the knee and the ankle, and then sink the hips down. Go ahead, keep that right hand down, left hand up, twist it to the left. And go ahead, bring the left hand down. Let's push the hips back, extend the left leg, raise the toes up, fold it forward. Go ahead, push those hips back, drop the toes, step that left foot back. And we are going to lift the knees up, coming into a downward dog, upside down V position. Pedal out those heels as you push the shoulders back. And then we will go ahead and walk our hands back to our feet. We're gonna go ahead, take a nice big inhale up and reach up for the sky. Take that left hand, grab your right wrist, and then lean it over towards the left. Go ahead, inhale it back to center. Switch hand positions, right hand, left wrist, and then exhale, leaning it over to the right. Then we're gonna go ahead, inhale it back to center. Let's bring those hands together, drop it down to our chest, and then we will exhale as we push our palms away from us, rounding out the back. And then go ahead, inhale it back up overhead. Exhale our hands behind our back. Interlock the fingers one more time as we pull our hands up, stretching out our shoulders one more time. Go ahead, drop that left ear down to the left shoulder. Bring it back up center, and then go ahead, drop that right ear down to our right shoulder. Bring it back center. Go ahead, release the hands. We are going to sweep them one more time. Nice big inhale up. Reach, reach, reach. And then go ahead, exhale. Both those hands down. That is all I have for class today, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully I will see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye, Leslie. Bye, Eric. Have a great day.